E-skateboarding is the future of your city's streets. As people look for greener ways to travel, the mobility industry is evolving, and one of the success stories in recent times is electric skateboarding, or e-skateboarding. As the kids say, don't know your truck from your deck? Well, this guide will get you started. In fact, much of the information comes from e-skaters themselves, who kindly shared their knowledge with me. Electric skateboards, also known as e-boards and often written as ESK8, are powered by an electric motor and typically controlled using a wireless handheld remote controller that communicates via Bluetooth OOTH between the controller and the board. There are also corresponding apps to track metrics such as distance traveled and battery life. The remote control functionality removes the need to kick, push, or use your foot on the ground to brake. Instead, these boards use motion and weight sensors for acceleration and braking, and shifts in body weight to adjust the board's speed. The first mainstream boards by Boosted Boards offered a 9.6 km range at 32 km per hour. By comparison, today's e-skateboards typically offer a top speed of around 55 kmph with a range of anything between 20 km and about 70 km. Some skaters will hack their boards to make them go faster. Jed, a keen skater and active community member in bringing people into the scene, shared this with me about the traveling on electric boards. Lots of current boards have haptics in the remote to vibrate when it turns on and off, or to warm a low voltage in the remote battery. Charging a skateboard generally takes about 2 or 3 hours. Unlike normal skateboarding, you don't need to put your foot down to cease moving. Instead, there are two kinds of braking: dynamic and regenerative. However, the downside to the regenerative model is that because the brakes recharge the battery, a large hill can overcharge it. This can cause the device to turn off the braking function. A few skateboards come with both regenerative and dynamic brakes installed in the same unit. Confused it? Here S0 to a great explain are of the science of braking in more detail. Government representatives make many local decisions without involving the communities, for which the laws represent e-skaters themselves. There are no specific laws that either allow or limit e-skateboard riding in many countries, which makes things confusing. However, this doesn't give you free rein as to whether you can ride on the sidewalk, in a bicycle lane, on the road, or in public spaces like city squares and shopping center forecourts. Laws also relate to the speed of the e-skateboard. For example, in France, you can ride skateboards on city roads where the speed limit is less or equal to 50 km/h, but not on roads in the countryside. It's legal to ride on bike paths and even on the sidewalk at a reduced speed in some French cities, but it depends on the local laws. However, the electric skateboard's maximum speed should not exceed 25 kmph, which is far slower than most electric skateboards. Piqued your interest in giving e-skateboarding a try? Stay tuned for more stories. I'll publish a corresponding article sharing the insights of all the awesome e-skaters I interviewed in greater detail very soon. I'll also be following this article up with an interview with the organizers of a community-led campaign to change the laws. Watch this space.